Asia, sa South Korea, kung nagkaroon rin ho sila ng impeachment process ho doon. Yung kanilang Pangulo ay na-impeach. At nung yun po ay nangyari, katulad rin po sa atin, marami rin po lumabas sa kalsada, marami rin po nagpapahiwatig ng kanilang saloobin, at mukhang magulo pag nanonood ho tayo ng telebisyon. Pero kung tatanungin ho natin yung mga investors, tatanungin din ho natin mga kaibigan ho nating South Korean, kampante ho sila na hindi ho mangyayaring isang napakalalang gulo sa kanilang lugar dahil alam nila ang proseso ay nasusunod. Yung proseso ng impeachment sa kanilang bansa ay nasusunod. At ganun nga ho ang nangyari. No, nagkaroon ho ng pagdinig, na-impeach yung kanilang Pangulo, nagkaroon ho ng isang pagboto ng bagong presidente at ngayon, balik na ho sila sa normal. Kaya mga kasama, ang aking punto ho dito ay ang proseso ay napakahalaga para po maging matibay po ang sistema ng demokrasya ho natin at higit sa lahat magkaroon ng malinaw na pananagutan ang mga personalidad na binigyan ho natin ng tiwala para po manilbihan sa ating bansa. Hindi lang po ang impeachment ay hindi lang po limitado sa presidente at vice president. Kasama ho dito members of the Supreme Court, members of the Constitutional Commission, ang ombudsman ay kasama ho dito. Kaya kung ano po ang ginagawa ho natin ngayon, ay ganun rin pong pananagutan na gagawin ho natin sa ibang personalidad kung sila po ay magkakasala. Kaya mga kasama, muli, ito po ay hindi na po nating desisyon o hindi na po nating choice. Ito po ay ang ating constitutional duty at ito po ay ang ating sinumpaan na responsibilidad nung tayo po ay naging senador. At meron po rin akong isang katanungan sa ating minority leader, no, ang movant nitong motion ho natin. May mga narinig rin po ako sa television kanina na ito pong articles of impeachment ay tila merong constitutional infirmity. At gusto ko siyang tanungin dahil hindi lang ho dahil siya po ay movant, alam ko nag-top rin ho siya sa bar once upon a time. Kaya gusto ko malaman ang gusto ko marinig ang kanyang opinion na meron ba hong kapangyarihan ang Senado para po desisyonan kung ang articles of impeachment ay dapat po dinggin o hindi dinggin dahil po sa mga komplikasyon or constitutional infirmities na opinion po ng ibang mga abogado.
Senator Pimentel may respond.
Yes. Since I also want to respond, Mr. President. Well, I'm proceeding from my analogy of the Senate as a court, as the impeachment court. So meaning to say, we will allow the respondent or the impeached officer to put all of his or her objections against the case, against her in her answer to the articles of impeachment. Lagay niya lahat doon. So therefore, if that is now my answer to the gentleman, that means that we can resolve such an issue as the impeachment court. So tama yung motion ko. If there is such let's convene. Kasi actually it's really more compliant with the Constitution. As soon as possible, convene na natin yung court. And then ulitin ko, ang purpose natin today is for the presiding officer to take his oath, for the presiding officer to administer our oath, to call the case against the Vice President, and then we can come up with the calendar for the trial of the said case. So part na dun sa trial, sa calendar for the trial of the said case, kailan mag-a-appear ang House Panel of Prosecutors. Okay, if it will not touch the original plan of the Senate President, that means sa Wednesday pa yun so June 11, Wednesday ng 4 p.m. But of course, we as a court, we can advance that appearance. Simple communication lang naman yun, or notice to them to come here tomorrow. Kunyari, if should my motion prevail.
But such an allegation of that the articles of impeachment is constitutional infirm and therefore should not be heard, is that within the ambit or within the jurisdiction of the impeachment court to determine under the Constitution and also as well as under our rules?
Well, in the name of due process and to be fair to the respondent or the impeached officer, we should allow that person to put everything there, lahat ng objections niya against the case against her or him. So, lagay niya lahat doon. Ngayon, we can now debate now as a court. Ang reading ko kasi, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. We will not entertain any motion to dismiss because we should try. But at the end of the proceedings, when we make our judgment, we can, of course, incorporate into our way of thinking, in our reasoning, to help us come up with our final judgment or the judgment to the final question, we can use the arguments presented by the parties.
Thank you, Mr. President. Without going into too much detail of the procedures, I'd like to thank the good minority leader for his enlightenment, and of course we respect his legal intellect, considering that he has topped the bar examination once upon a time. And once again, I thank the body for listening to this representation's manifestation. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Gatchalian. Senator Estrada? Yes, what is the pleasure of our
you.
Senate President Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a question addressed to the Minority Floor Leader, Mr. President, if I may. If and when the motion of the Minority Floor Leader prevails and is approved by this August Chamber, aside from the Senate President taking his oath and the Senate President administering his oath to all of us, what will happen next?
Well, that means we have convened the court. And then we will have to ask our clerk of court if we have a case load. Call the case. The clerk of court, who is the Secretary of the Senate, will report to us that we have a case. And then, since we have already convened the court, we should take advantage of the convening of the court by coming up with the calendar for the trial of the said case.
And then after
After that, we will follow the agreed upon calendar.
so we will, this August Chamber will convene as an
The calendar.
impeachment court and will try the case during the vacation, during our vacation, because we are not deliberating on any legislative matter. Am I correct, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President, we will follow now the agreed upon calendar for the trial of the case. So, convene muna nga tayo ng court, then we will now talk about the details of the calendar.
So we
So
will
you can
not discuss any merits of the case. Am I correct? For now.
For now, yes. For now. Yun lang po yung purpose nun. Let us say, four purposes, four objectives. Why we can convene as a court, or why we should convene as a court today. Number one, the Senate President will take his oath as the presiding officer. Then we will take our oath before the Senate President. We will call the case against the Vice President, and we will now come up with the calendar on how we will try the case.
May I know what is,
Susundin natin yun.
may I know, Mr. President, what is the difference if we convene today, tomorrow, or on Wednesday?
Yes, Mr. President, una sa lahat, Mr. President, alam nyo ba ang nakaschedule na bukas ay valedictory speeches? At saka, hindi na natin alam anong nakaschedule bukas. Ngayon, pag sinabi ng Constitution, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. Hindi ba mas compliant tayo, not only with the words but with the spirit of the Constitution, if we now advance now the convening of the court at umpisahan na natin yung mga preliminaries or formalities na kailangan din naman natin gawin. Let us convene the court, Mr. President, kaysa sa nagla-last day pa tayo na may agam-agam pa na baka during the session as a legislative body, merong motions dyan or issues dyan which will now eat up our time. Tapos darating na yung 12 midnight deadline na, Mr. President. And nangyari yun because nung Tuesday ay pinuno na lang natin yung ating agenda para may magawa tayo. Although valedictory speeches are important, no? Kasi para marinig nyo nga yung thank you naman namin sa lahat po ng maiiwan. But we could do that on Wednesday. So, my position is, it is more in keeping with the spirit, and more constant, more compliant with the spirit and wording of the Constitution if we now convene as an impeachment court and do these important matters also in the organization of the Senate as the impeachment court.
The chair will relinquish my position in a while in order to speak in plenary, on the floor rather. But just to answer that point of the Honorable Pimentel, kaya po in-schedule ang valedictory bukas dahil nakaschedule po yung impeachment nga dapat sa Wednesday. Mahabang usapin yon, kinilala namin yon, kaya bukas in-schedule yon. Kung gagawin ngayon, natural, huling araw yon sa Wednesday. Dahil hindi pa natin alam ng mga panahon yon kung kaya na nga ba ng hanggang Lunes na ma-ratify lahat ng mga hinahabol nating panukalang batas. Just for the record, and lest aspersions be cast na magbabaliktorin na kayo, hindi pa nyo ginagawa, because that was the schedule and nobody questioned it until today. So that was scheduled supposedly on that date. But just on that point, Senator Estrada may proceed.
No, I have no more questions.
Yes,
I think the Senate President has already voiced out his own opinion during one of his press conferences.
But I'd rather say it on the
Yes.
record here too, Your Honor. Senator Tulfo intimated to this representation his desire to speak on the matter as well.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a very short manifestation. Naalata ko kanina pa tayo back and forth, para nag-aaway na tayo dito. To solve the impasse siguro, we'll have to put it in a vote, whether to convene today or tomorrow. Somehow we have to convene come what may. Magbutuhan na lang tayo para matapos na. Baka abutin tayo hanggang madaling araw, hindi pa rin natin napag-aalaman kung ano talaga ang dapat gawin natin. Let's do it. Let's put it in a vote. Tonight ba tayo magbotohan or tomorrow? I mean, magbobotohan tayo whether we convene today or tomorrow. That's it, plain and simple, para matapos na ang problema natin dito ngayon.
Duly noted.
Today or Wednesday? Kasi there are senators who want it to be on Wednesday. May mga senador na gusto ngayon. Let's put it in a vote. Pero somehow we have to convene come what may. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President?
We will, Your Honor. Being a deliberative body, parliamentary practice rules dictate that we do nothing less, that things be settled through a vote. In fact, there is a pending motion by the minority leader that will be redefined and clarified. However, Chair thought it best to allow a free and fair debate where all of the members will be heard who have an opinion on this matter before finally deciding on the point. Now, if there are no other members who wishes to add to the discussion or debate, Chair would like to ask permission to relinquish the chair so that the chair can go down and speak also on the same matter. Session is suspended. Ang impeachment complaint laban kay dating Pangulong Estrada, ang impeachment complaint laban kay Chief Justice Corona, at ang impeachment complaint laban kay Ombudsman Gutierrez. Hayaan niyo pong isa-isahin ko. Isinampa ang impeachment complaint laban kay Pangulong Estrada magno-Nobyembre. Nung nag-recess ang Senado, tumigil ang trial. Nag-resume sila pagkatapos ng recess. May nagreklamo ba? May nagsabing, uy, fortuit ah. Yan ang president ng Senado. Nung nag-trial at hindi binuksan ang second envelope, kung inyong maalala, nag-walk out ang prosecutors, hindi na bumalik. Anong ginawa ng Senado? Wala ng prosecutor, wala ng interesado, dinismiss forthwith yung impeachment complaint. Dahil nawala na yung prosecutors. Tama nga naman. Hindi na pala interesado yung mga prosecutor, ano pang gagawin ng Senado magtawag ng hearing? Sa kaso ni Chief Justice Corona, sinampa 5 araw bago mag-adjourn ng Senado. Nagsimula ang trial pag-resume pagkatapos ng Christmas break. Pero bago mag-break o habang break, nag-issue ng summons, nagkasagutan. Yun naman talaga yung balak natin pag-resume nitong 2 linggong ito. Yun lang, Mr. President, mga kasamaan. Ang kaisa-isang impeachment complaint na nasimulan at natapos ng Senado. Yung pangatlong impeachment complaint ni Ombudsman Mercy Gutierrez. Final yan 3 araw bago mag-adjourn ang Senado sa kanyang regular recess, walang eleksyon nun. Nung nag-resume, dun lamang sinet ang trial. Pero bago nag-resume ang Kongreso, nagbitiw si Ombudsman Gutierrez. Ano ang ginawa ng Senado? Walang trial, hindi kinonvene ang impeachment court, as a Senate, dinismiss yung impeachment complaint. Pinagpasahan nila. Resign na pala eh. Wala na tayong kailangan gawin. Naalala niyo po yung debate? Na meron pa namang penalty of absolute perpetual disqualification. That was discussed. But by way of precedent, the Senate did that. So if you look at the past presidents of the Senate, nagawa po nila yon, pinagbotohan po nila yon. Without convening the impeachment court. Wala pong nagsabi, hoy, inaabandon na ninyo ang inyong constitutional duty nung ginawa ng Senado yon. Paano po yan, Ginoong Pangulo? Pagsang-ayon ba ang karamihan o ng pinakamaingay o matatalino sa ating bansa? Okay lang? Pag hindi sila sang-ayon, hindi na okay. Bugbog ka na. Bugbog na institusyon. Dapat may gawin na tayo. The Constitution, the rules, and the precedents, Mr. President, do not change simply because a group says otherwise. Balikta naman pa natin. Yung isang naudlot na impeachment complaint laban kay dating Chief Justice Davide, karamihan sa mga civil society groups tutol doon sa impeachment complaint na yon. Tungkol sa corruption din yon. Tungkol sa pag-aabuso din ng poder yon. Parehong mga grounds. Dahil yun naman ang ground ng impeachment talaga eh. Anong sinabi nung halos parehong grupo ngayon na gusto ang ulo ni Vice President Sara? Ay, masama yung impeachment yan. Hindi yan dapat i-file. Dapat i-dismiss nyo yan. Mabuting tao si Chief Justice Davide. Nagsalita pa ang mga miyembro ng Senado noon. Kahit padalayan ng Kamara sa amin, hindi namin tatanggapin yan. Sinabi din po ng Senado noong mga panahon yun. At saka busy kami sa budget. Kailangan muna namin unahin yan bago yan. Babalik ko ang katanungan. Nagbabago ba? Depende kung sinong may gusto. Hindi ba dapat kung ano yung pamantayan at batayan kaugnay ng impeachment complaint, sino man ang nasasakdal? Pareho at parehas ang pagtrato natin. Ngayon, kaugnay ng kasalukuyang impeachment complaint, nakalagay po sa rules ng Senado, ang impeachment proceedings dapat i-refer sa Committee on Justice. Ang ginawa ng Senado, bagaman pareho ang rules natin na bahagi ng ating President, ni-refer sa Committee on Rules na siyang naging hudyat para buuin ang impeachment court. Sa Estados Unidos, kung saan natin kinopya ang karamihan ng mga provision ng ating impeachment rules, ang mga miyembro ng Kamara na nag-hire ng impeachment o mga prosecutors, sila ang nagbabasa niyan. So, nung nakita po namin sa parte ng Secretariat, yung President na yon, nung nakita po namin yung provision na dapat sa Committee on Justice i-refer, sinuggest namin na basahin yung articles of impeachment ng prosecutors mismo. Sa Senado, hindi pa sa Korte. Para magsilbing hudyat yon ng pag-convene ng impeachment court at panunumpa ng mga judges ng impeachment court. Yung po sana ang nakatalagang gawin sa June 11. Nasabi po ni Senator Villanueva, ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba? June 2, June 3, June 5, June 4, June 9, June 10, June 11. Kung susundan natin ang ginawa ng mga ibang impeachment court sa mga nagdaang panahon, ini-issue lamang nila yung summons para mabigyan ng sapat na panahon. Ang nasasakdal na isumite yung kanyang answer dyan sa impeachment complaint. At pagkatapos nun, dahil magtatapos ang kapangyarihan ng mga prosecutor sa June 30, hindi po tayo pwede magpatuloy sa ating paglilitis dahil hindi naman pwedeng one side lang yung ating mapapakinggan pagkatapos ng June 30. Doon sa nagsasabi na may mga private prosecutor naman na i-appoint ang Kamara. With the principal goes the agent because the authority of the principal ceases by June 30. So, napag-usapan, tatawid ba ito? Tatawid ba ito sa susunod na Kongreso kung gaano rin karami siguro ang senador, ganong karami din ang opinion, kung gaano karami ang abogado, ganong karami din ang magaling nilang basehan kung tatawid nga ba o hindi. My position is that it will. Mr. President, Your Honor, allow me to read a portion of the deliberations of the Constitutional Commission on this matter. Delegate Aquino. Because I would proceed, quote, from settled jurisprudence that impeachment proceedings are essentially judicial in nature, such that it follows that when the legislative chamber undertakes these proceedings, it sits as a court of justice, and therefore, it is not bound by the rules of legislative sessions. It cannot adjourn. Assuming that the session is adjourned, impeachment proceedings should not in any way be affected by the adjournment of the session. Delegate Romulo. That is not precluded from our proposal. If the commissioner wants to make it explicit and to suggest amendments to that effect, I suppose I would not object. Our thinking is that if the commissioner's premise is that it is like a court of justice, maybe an adjournment of the hearing will certainly not preclude it from continuing the proceedings on some other day. In other words, it could not lose jurisdiction just because of adjournment. Add to that, Mr. President, what the minority leader said during earlier sessions we've had. Hindi porkit pinalitan yung judge, dismissed agad lahat ng kaso at magsisimula uli. Ang prinsipyo pa ng batas na nagsasabing anumang sinimulan, dapat lamang tapusin. Plus ang president natin, kaugnay sa SET, na tumatawid yung kaso sa SET, bagaman nagpalit ng Kongreso, bagaman nagpalit ng mga miyembro ng Senado at maestrado ng Korte Suprema. Now, allow me to state a few more things before I yield the floor. Mr. President, Congress cannot pass an irrepealable law. Very much so that we cannot bind the next Congress. Whatever we decide with respect to this issue, kung tatawid nga ba o hindi, would have to be confirmed, affirmed, or rejected as the case may be by the 20th Congress. Some of us will be part of that. Some of us will no longer be part of that. But we cannot tie their hands and bind their hands. But the same is true, Mr. President, Your Honor, if at all, with the House of Representatives as well. The 19th Congress also, to my mind, cannot bind. If the 19th Congress Senate cannot bind the 19th Congress, the 20th Congress Senate, then in the same breath, the 19th Congress House cannot bind the 20th Congress House. certain procedural, to my mind, compliances need to be made in order for this to be done. As a last point, Mr. President, Your Honor, oo nga po at marami nagpapahayag na opinyon at maraming sinasabi laban sa Senado at higit pa sa sinumang miyembro ng Senado laban sa inyong lingkod. But I consider that as part of the burden of leadership, Mr. President, Your Honor. Bahagi yan ng trabaho bilang tagapangulo ng Senado na balikatin kung anumang pagsubok, anumang pasanin, anumang patutsada na ibabato sa Senado o sa tagapangulo ng Senado kaugnay ng ginagawa o di nito ginagawa. Pero alalahanin din sana ng ating mga kababayan, bagaman karapatan nilang sabihin at magsabi ng kanilang nasa sa loob, tulad ng paggalang na ginagawa natin sa mga nagpapahayag ng kanilang opinyon sa labas lamang ng Senado. Para po sa akin, lahat po ito ay welcome at respetado ko dahil sa isang demokrasya, importante ang malayang pagpapahayag ng opinyon. Sa isang demokrasya, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi naman pwedeng nagkakasundo tayo sa lahat ng bagay. Sa isang demokrasya, tama lang, okay lang at dapat lang na magkakaiba tayo ng pananaw, basta't hindi tayo nagsasakitan, basta't hindi tayo nag-aaway o dumarating sa punto na magkakasakitan. Malaya tayo makakapagdebate, pero sa dulo, tulad lamang ng nakarang eleksyon, pagbobotohan po natin ito at ito'y masesettle sa pamamagitan ng botohan. Sino man ang manalo sa botohan, hindi nangangahulugang tama. Sino man ang matalo, hindi nangangahulugang mali. Iyon ang gusto ng nakararami. Gayon din sa mga opinyon na inihahayag sa ngayon. Hindi porkit yan ang tingin ninyo, tama na kayo. Hindi porkit na hindi sang-ayon ang ibang tao sa inyo, mali na sila. Hindi po ganun yun. That I am not, or anyone here in the Senate is not on your side, does not mean that they are wrong and you are right. Only history will be the judge of that. Kaugnay naman ng mga legal na opinyon. Dapat ganito, dapat ganyan, ito ang forthwith, dapat ngayon na, dapat bukas, pwede sa Miyerkules. Ang pwede lamang po naman magpasya ng legalidad niyan ay ang Korte Suprema. Hanggat hindi po nangyayari yan, malaya tayong pwedeng magdebate at sabihin ang ating kanya-kanyang posisyon na buong na bukas at buong pahintulot ang binigay ng Senado para mapakinggan yan. Hindi lamang sa iba't ibang social media platforms, pati dito sa plenaryo ng Senado. Again, Mr. President, before I conclude, I thank our colleagues for enunciating their opinion, their positions on this matter, and for the healthy debate that we saw and heard regarding this matter. As stated by Senator Tulfo earlier, at some point in time, we will have to put this to a vote. And as I believe, we will put this to a vote in the next few minutes. Hiling at dalangin ko. Ano man ang maging resulta na ninanais ng mas nakararami, galangin ng kada at bawat miyembro ng Senado. Dahil sa dulo, tagapangulo man ako ng Senado, batikang senador ka man o baguhan, tigi-tigisa lang po tayo ng boto. Pantay-pantay po tayo pagdating sa kapasyang ito. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pasensya, sa oras at paumanhin kung medyo mahaba-haba po ng konti ang aking mga sinambit na salita. Salamat po at salamat sa pasensya at sa oras na binigay ng ating Minority Floor Leader.
Maraming salamat, ang Pangulo natin Senado, punong mayorya, Majority Leader. Session suspended.